not the only fashion worth mentioning this morning, Mary.
It sure isn't. It sure isn't. In the early 1900s, St. Louis was a fashion capital of the world with a thriving garment district on par with New York City and Paris. Today, a lot of these industrial buildings are homes to lofts and businesses and one organization that's working to bring fashion back to the Lou. Here's more on the Collective Thread.
And Travis.
Earlier this month, supermodel and St. Louis native Karlie Kloss received a unique honor.
Susan was joking. I never thought it could be possible.
The city of St. Louis dedicated part of Washington Avenue near the historic garment district to Kloss. The new street is thanks to the work of the St. Louis Fashion Fund, an organization working to bring manufacturing and design jobs back to this historic district. It's a collective mission that many groups are aspiring towards. Just a few blocks down from Karlie Kloss Way on Garment Row, you will find the Collective Thread.
We actually started in the Central West End and then moved to Garment Row because there's such a rich history here, and we wanted to be part of the revitalization of St. Louis's Garment Row, and we are actually in an old production factory.
Terry Stefanowicz is the founder and CEO of the Collective Thread. She started the nonprofit with the mission to create living wage jobs for refugees in her hometown of St. Louis, while revitalizing the commercial sewing industry in our city.
But when a person comes as a refugee, and maybe they're coming from refugee camps, these individuals might have grown up in a refugee camp. And so just becoming aware of that in St. Louis, that we do have a refugee and immigrant community, and just being able to address that this is not just a over there problem, it's actually a here problem.
This leaves limited job opportunities for refugees and their families as they arrive in our city. So the Collective Thread started a sewing school.
And that's really where this started to bud in St. Louis, is after starting the sewing school, I started getting approached by business opportunities to manufacture clothing.
This developed a business lane to create revenue for the nonprofit. After participating in a grant program, they received $450,000, which gave them the ability to purchase state-of-the-art equipment, like this automated Gerber cutting machine.
It's a monster back there in the factory, and it really has cut our time down in small batch manufacturing by having that automated cutting.
Operating the monster machine is Louis. Just a few months ago, he arrived in St. Louis from El Salvador with his family.
He's received a raise. He's really happy in his job here, having come to the United States recently, and you know, this place has really helped. He and his family also works for us, so it's really helped them in their adjustment time to St. Louis.
It is a collective effort at the Collective Thread, one that's bringing jobs, industry, and hope back to our city. Oh, it was so nice meeting Terry and all of her workers and stopping by the Collective Thread. You can find all that information right there on your screen, and we will have all this at ksdk.com/showme.
Such a beautiful story, especially to see Louis there and knowing that his whole family works there. It's remarkable. Now, when it comes